Right. Welcome back to Venus. It's day 232. And we should be ready for another mining thing. That is a quick way to fix them. There. Not doing as well as I would like. Yo, and I should paint these. Just to be clear. Oh, whatever. I already tried. You can't rename them, right? Yep. Are you empty? Yes, you are. So I can turn you off again. I shouldn't keep doing that anymore. Okay. Oh, I think it's time to go on another mining trip. Just really quickly. So I do want to check if my lungs got just better, or if they're only bad when it's hot outside. Yeah, it seems promising. There's some gold. I can win that. Really can. It seems to be a bit harder to grab onto terrain than it is to a frame. I have a feeling that the developers kind of forgot that the crawling feature is there at all, just like everyone else. Though I'm not sure if it really worked better in the old version. So I haven't used it a lot. But I think for the most part for the mining, I'm better off just using the usual old method. But if you're really worried and you don't really have the hang of safe mining, it does seem to help. You just have to be careful that you're not going to lose grip. So as long as you keep grip, you're not going to be thrown away at all, which is great. Okay, home is at 35-ish.
Waste tank caution.
I know. With the amounts of iron I have everywhere around here, it should be possible to start a bigger expansion of the base. And a big step towards that would be to make an atmospheric room, so I can store large amounts of gases, especially nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide. Right now I still do that all through the greenhouse, which is a bit silly. And it's great for when the greenhouse is your main work area. I actually use that on Vulcan and most of the other planets. It's mostly the hot ones where you have to worry about it because the machines produce heat, of course. And if you keep the machines in a vacuum, that heat just goes away magically. But I think I can handle the heating from the machines, especially given that you don't really use them much of the time. So it's not too bad. And the sun is going down. Oh, no. I have about 2 more minutes, maybe? I think I got you. Gold again. Funny how much the atmosphere can change while you're mining. And of course, the lower the pressure, the slower your suit heats up. But at the same time, if you have this too low, it's very easy to get hurt. Okay, let's wait for it to quiet down a bit and just go home. I think there's not... Yeah, that's all the copper. It's getting a bit dark now.
Waste tank caution.
Whereas the day lasts a bit longer in our base, since it's at the very top of the mountain, hill, whatever. You have to be more careful in the valleys. It does mean that sometimes you can help find your way back home just by having flying a bit higher up. But that's also a bit trickier after the terrain update, since the jetpack doesn't go too high.
Hunger caution.
No. Oh, that went well. No damage at all. Yeah, I realized now that I could have used the old suits as spares for the lockers, but no. That would be very unfriendly. Just imagine that there's a disaster on the space station and you rush to the emergency locker, put on the suit, and it's almost destroyed already. There might have been some issues with the plants while the temperature, or while I expanded the room, maybe. Right. So, do I want to keep using the gratings, or should I switch to flat walls or something for the floor? I kind of like the way it looks on the ceiling here. But of course, I should add a pipe network to equalize the room. And that's going to be visible in all of those. It will show there. It's not great. Oh, and for those parts, I could use the uninsulated pipes. Because these will never... Well, they will always be exposed to the internal atmosphere, right? So even if there's some problem, it will always be a problem. It doesn't matter that the pipes are uninsulated. What I do need to be careful about is how I connect the rooms together. And that is going to be tricky. Now the simplest way is of course to just connect everything together directly with pipes and passive vents. The problem with that is of course that as soon as there is a problem in any part of the base, it will immediately spread everywhere. Not a good plan.
Oxygen critical.
Nothing to worry about, don't worry. Right, let's get this processed. I will need to get... No. On. And what's there? Actually, I have carbon dioxide inside. Okay. Don't have a lot in here. Maybe I don't really have anything for sale. I do have another backpack. That's not too much material. But that would be a good use for the coal from outside, at least to strip it of carbon dioxide, because there's a lot of coal. But that would work. By the way, are we still within reach of the charger? Not sure. Hey. You do your work. Did I get everything I needed? I'm really not sure. Anyway. Pipe screw lights floor gratings. The problem is I need to change a lot of the wiring and piping in the greenhouse if I want to improve it. Steel is running low again. Of course it is. So, should I go with making these guys? Probably? Yeah, also want a few more hydroponics trays, not because I need them. Just to... No, not you. You a bit smaller. Just so I can start preparing the new hydroponics area. Is the fridge here? No, it's in the electronics. So do I need anything here? Yes, I need passive vents. No, I don't remember if this is still necessary. It will equalize stuff in the room a bit better, I think. I think for the main base and making sure that it has oxygen and everything, I might want to go with a separate network for the input air mix and the waste air. That will make it so that I don't poison everything. So the waste will always be pumped out and the fresh air will always be pumped in. There's even a console circuit board or cartridge or whatever it's called. Circuit board, right? Which does it automatically, kind of. Or you can just keep both of them running because the active vents have a limiter by default, right? So there's the external and internal safety. Filling the waste tank wouldn't work though, right? So that's not a good idea. At least not for now. I also want to have a fridge. And you want the large one. It sounds like you want a small one. You don't. And the reason for that is that the large fridge just takes electricity. For the small fridge, you need to provide coolant, which is not really worth the effort. There. And I'm going to take some of those pipes. So I finally have some use for them. Now, unfortunately, part of this rebuild is going to be I need to tear everything down. That's going to be fun. You can hold on to all the stuff I need. Oh, I didn't need the active vent. Not sure why I took it with me. There, grow lights. The insulated pipes should be needed as well. And of course the doors for the airlock. Now this can be a proper airlock at least. And I think that the powered vent works fine up to like 3 grid spaces or something, so I don't need to have the main airlock so small. Maybe. Again, remember that the composite door doesn't leave you a lot of room, right? Hey, how's the air? Already up to 80 kPa. That's very good. And the wheat is ready to be harvested, so I should probably do that tomorrow. Is it day already? Yes, it is. Okay, so see you in the next one. Bye.